What is up, everyone? I'm back with another reaction video. This time we'll be checking out Hoshi's Spider. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this was suggested in my YouTube feed and I had to click it because there's a handsome looking guy and a very interesting title for a song, Spider. Apparently Hoshi's a part of 17, the group 17, and I've only heard maybe two songs from them. I do know they're a really good group with really intense choreographies. Heard of their left and right song as well as their hit um, song. So let's see what Hoshi has to offer this time. Okay, right off the bat, that is a very interesting intro. It's I've already seen the music video, so I kind of know what, the dance kind of looks like. But the fact that they use these almost like a clothes rack um, type, where he hangs upside down and as an intro, that's really interesting and immediately grabs your attention. And the fact that he has to hang upside down before, like, just the beginning of this dance of the song, that's intense. And he has to be upside down. I don't know if he's singing for that part. I don't think it is. I haven't checked out his live videos or live performances yet, so I don't know if he actually sings during this part upside down like this. Um, I don't know if he does. That's kudos to him, as that's really hard. I don't know if he can even sing upside down. Okay, that flip. I don't know if it's a flip, but the fact that he has to bring his legs over and then land perfectly. It's almost like a gymnastic move. It's he, that's just impressive. He has to practice that over and over again, and the fact you have to get used to being upside down. I don't know, but I'm afraid of being upside down and being off, your equilibrium, and have to do this and also land it perfectly. It's like intense and crazy. Oh, okay. So right here, I think it's nice to have the dancer kind of supporting his ankle so that he can actually do that move where he brings the leg over. Um, but the fact that it's very, whoever choreographed this is very creative. The use of these racks, I don't know what to call them, racks, and the way that you kind of climb up and, use his legs and hands climbing over him. It imitates how a spider would move, and it's a very creative way of showing that, while also just using a simple tool like a rack. Even just right here, it's like even the dancers, their arms are like across and over. It mimics like how a spider's legs would be, I think. At least it comes off to me like that, and it's a very creative way of coming down across, especially, the title of the song is Spider too. And then there's like some dancers at the back, keeping it busy, even though it's only three of them in the front. It makes it look like there's something going on behind. Ooh, that turn? What? He's like grabbing it this way and then turning over there. Like, you need to have that shoulder mobility, that internal rotation, external rotation to be able to do that. And he's almost kind of off in a tilted angle doing that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, this song is like the way that it's the tune is slow and almost like mellowy in a way, and because of that, your choreography is obviously going to be a little bit slower and not as hard hitting. But there should be some texture in it, and he's doing it really well in adding some of that texture in the dance. Like here, like you're doing it slow, but also there's like stage presence that or charisma that he's oozing out. And it's not just like a look and then that's it, but there's a how to explain it? It's almost like a basically a texture dynamic to turning and doing all that moves slow and along with the music. And it's interesting how he's the only one that's, at least in this part, he's the only one that's in the center of, I guess the racks. I don't know how to call this. Almost like the web. Actually, it does look like a web from this view. How like there's one and then a never-ending kind of a web design, and then the dancers are outside. So it's almost like he's the main. I don't know how to say it, the spider main one that's in his territory and saying like this is my territory, and all the dancers are outside. I also have to point out he is dancing between those two racks, so he has to be aware of where he's placing his foot, where he's swinging his arms, lifting his arms, because he's gonna end up hitting either the rack or tripping over the racks. And that's like a lot of awareness of the surrounding. Plus, he's performing, so he has to also be aware of the camera and also the dancers and his position according to the dancers and where they are in stage. It's a lot of stage awareness and you know space awareness for him too. This dance is really nice. I'm not gonna lie. It's like it suits the music and the song really well. Ooh. Okay, now they switch it to the side view. I was gonna say, are they gonna stay in that one plane? But they actually switch it to the side, which gives a different perspective altogether. I'm not sure if they actually switch this to, or if they do this in live performances, or if it's only for this specific video, because this is for the Studio Choom one. I'm not sure if he also does this in live performances. I don't think there's any dance practices out yet, so this is the closest that we can, see the actual dance version of it. Okay, what was that? What was that? I just missed that. He's like, oh, they're hugging, kind of hugging each other. And then, oh, it's like a pyramid sorts, where you have to balance on each other in 90-degree angle. That's a lot of teamwork and being able to fully trust each other like that. And the fact that his one foot is on the rack, he has balanced that too. But good thing he has the other arm on the floor to give him more of a stability though. Oh, and it pulls up? What? And it pulls up from here. So that's a lot of core imbalance. It makes it a little bit easier with the other dancer. They're both helping each other. They really have to put all of it into that pool, because if one doesn't, it puts less effort than the other one, it's not gonna be balanced, and it could throw off the other person too. I like how that little when he dropped to the floor, it almost seems like the backup dancers, are kind of onto him, attacking him, like like a prey or something. It's very much on theme with the title of the song. Okay, okay. And now we come out of the web, or at least that's what I think. It looks like the web to me. And he's actually outside of those rags and dancing away from it. The way he hits it, it's really nice. It's not like a sharp, like aggressive hit, but a nice, subtle, like right amount of force of hitting. Oh, what the heck? What was that turn? Oh, so he's from a kneeling position and then just basically extends one of his knees to do almost like a back bend. Um, and I think this dancer at the bottom is, yeah, I think that's his arm over here. That's kind of across his back. So it gives him a little bit of, safety so he's not actually going to fall. But let me see that again. Yeah, yeah. So right here, I don't know if you saw that one. So look at this backup dancer. So he has his hands on his back right here, prepping for that turn. His hands already there. All he has to do is just kind of lean over onto his arms and do that turn. And if you're not noticing the little details, it looks really amazing. Whoa. Okay, that was also aggressive. The way they just pull him out. Unless he's like being attacked and he's trying to escape. How did he do that dragging and falling? So it's almost like a kneel, but the back leg is straight, and then that's when the backup dancers pull him. Oh he needs to be able to do that like safely, because if not, he's gonna end up twisting his leg or his arms, and then having really bad bruises on his legs. I really like how all the formations for the backup dancers to do that part. It's so complicated, like the little details, they have to get it right. The placement of their hands, the placement of where they grab his legs to pull him, how he has to fall, almost like fall safely, and also be dragged safely. Uh, it has a lot to do with just practicing it over and over again, as well as the teamwork, and adjusting everybody's position together so that it works perfectly. Just the details of it is really amazing. Whoever choreographed this, really just okay. Now we get an actual choreography on the side. That's a very interesting walk he just did. Right here. It's like, um, if you're not careful, it can look a little goofy too when you're doing that walk. Okay, okay. Now that they've come out of the use of those props and actually had a full choreography outside, now he's coming back into it using the props again. And then goes and changes the view to, instead of the side view, goes to the front. Wow. Really very creative use of the props. Oh, I like that move. It's like a repetition of moves, but he's also walking forward. So now he has to be really mindful of where he has to step over the racks too. So he's not going to trip and fall. Ooh, that was smooth. I wonder if they probably uh, specified how many of those racks they have to use and how many repetitions of that to get to like the second, you know, to get to a specific point in the front. I like that, like grabbing the racks and then being very aggressive and walking towards it, walking towards the camera. It like works so much with the music where it has that like sound to it. Oh my gosh. Hold on, hold on. From being in the front, switch immediately to the side, and then all the dancers are right there in each space, right here, immediately. Like they have to really coordinate and time this really well. So actually, I want to see how they did it. So we all see all these backup dancers, or the male backup dancers at the side, and all the female ones are kind of close to the rack. Um, oh, and then the women go out, and then the men go in and go into their spot. So a lot of like you got to be right on time right there, and also being able to coordinate traffic. You know who comes into who goes in between who, so that they're not running into each other. And I like how they add the little jump there when they switch to the side view, because it really has that impact immediately. From here and jump. Oh my gosh. And then they turn and then they add another dancer in it. Like I'm not sure if they actually do this in the live performances too, but I hope they do, because that's really creative and really refreshing to see a different kind of formation and choreography to it. Yeah, so from here, actually, there was a dancer here, and it just moved to the right. Whew. And then he keeps moving to the left. And then I like how even though they're still doing choreographies in between those racks, that they're still incorporating that prop, holding on and adding that to the choreography. And it's a very good use of the prop, even though it's just standing there. There's a different way that they're using it in the side view, being in the middle, moving inside it too. Oh, and then the pose with the women at the back creating all these like lines in different shapes almost seems like it's a spider web. So this plus all these racks too almost seems like it's a the inner design of the spider web too. Damn. So it was choreographed by Choi Young Jun at Team Sane. Props to him and the dancers and Hoshi for pulling this off. There's definitely a lot of details that you have to notice, and the very good use of the props. Um, kind of very good use of the props in terms of showing the theme and going along with the theme of spider and making it look like it's a spider web, and how they use the prop in different ways and different views, and the way that they go in and out and then also dance inside it and walk in front, going front and back. It's very creative. Like this is probably one of the best choreographies I've seen so far from a K-pop artist, using really good props, and that actually matches the theme, the title of the song, and they did it so well with such good teamwork and such good timing. So really, props to Hoshi and his dancers and the choreographer too. That's insane. I'm glad I checked this out because I would have missed something really great. So I don't know. What do you think? I might have interpreted differently, but if you like that, let me know. If there's any other you know groups or dances you want me to check out, let me know down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.